Hello, everyone, and welcome to Keepin It ADHD. My name is Garrison Keeler.
And I'm Mary Poppins.
Welcome to NPR. Bless.
What?
Garrison Keeler's a host from NPR. You know what? I watched Mary Poppins Returns recently, and I really liked it. Aside from the fact that I don't really like Lin-Manuel Miranda's character, I understand why he existed, because the whole movie's supposed to be like a paper cutout of the original movie, and I get it. And I thought the movie was really good, but Lin-Manuel Miranda's character, I could have done without. I don't know. I don't have any. I don't know. I just don't like Lin-Manuel Miranda that much. I like the stuff he does. I like the stuff he creates. I love Hamilton. I love Moana. I love In the Heights. But
Lin-Manuel Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Manuel Miranda.
Manuel.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. Yeah.
Manuel Miranda. He was in Moana?
He did the music for Moana.
Oh, interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that.
Yeah. So that's a thing. I don't know. I felt like his character was weird. I kind of felt like Bert was weird in the original Mary Poppins, to be fair. Like, I don't know. But I get it, because like the gaslighters, they saved the day at the end of the movie. Well, they don't actually. Okay, spoilers if you haven't watched Mary Poppins Returns. All right?
I haven't.
But okay, let me tell you. Let me paint you a word picture here.
All right.
Okay.
I probably will not watch it anyway. So it's
in
fine.
this film, there at the very end, there's a very critical moment where they found the shares that they have for their stock in the bank. And that is going to save their home. All right. So they have to get it to the bank, but the evil banker's blocking them from getting there. And there's no way they'd make it there. It's 5 minutes to midnight. They'll never make it in time. So what do? All the gaslighters, or the lamplighters, they go to turn back Big Ben by a few minutes. So they have extra time, right? Because back in the day, Big Ben was the gold standard, right? And so all these lamplighters are doing all this parkour to climb up Big Ben, and they're stacking ladders and this, that, the other thing. And they get up there and they can't quite figure out how to make it do anything. And Mary Poppins just goes, "Oh, I have to do everything, don't I?" And floats up, just flies right on up to the top and pulls the clock arm back.
Why couldn't she do that from the very beginning?
That's what I'm saying. Because she just made like 30 people risk their lives climbing a clock tower in like post World War II England. Like, come on. What?
No safety standards, no nothing.
No
That's not Mary
safety.
Poppins. That's Mary Karen.
Oh, bless. It's just like a whole. It's very strange. It's a very good movie. Very good movie. And Emily Blunt is just an absolute knockout. In terms of her performance, and she's just also a gorgeous human being.
I might have watched like either the original movie like a long time ago translated into Russian, or I haven't watched it because I don't remember a lot of it. And a lot of it could be like false memories from something that like I've seen on the internet of Mary Poppins, and then just thinking that, oh, I must have watched it, but that's just something I saw on the internet. You know?
Well, I would be surprised. I feel like most kids will have watched Mary Poppins at some point in their life. But maybe it's like an English-American kind of culture thing. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, And
yeah,
I am Russian, though.
You're Russian, exactly. I made a conscious decision. Because I had my OBS over here, all right, and I have the pop out for Discord here.
He's
and then
pointing
I just
at his
had
monitor,
normal
by the way,
Discord
for
here. But the problem was I was like, it's like, yeah, in the final cut, it looks like I'm talking to you, but it looks kind of weird. So I put it on my vertical monitor. I put OBS on my vertical monitor. So now it looks like I'm talking more to everyone else. And I'm really, this is going to sound really conceited. This is going to sound really conceited. But I'm really digging how I look right now.
Yeah, you do look really serious and like really sharp. I don't know if it's like the new lighting or the new camera angle or the new hair or all of it together, but you for a second you looked like an official anchor on like some kind of like
wish
show.
Oh, that would be cool. I mean, I guess technically I'm a host of this show.
Yeah, we are both kind of anchors of this show.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I was thinking about that because I never did end up applying to G4, for like being a host, because I was like, I don't host. I've never hosted anything before. I have no experience. And then literally just the other day, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, I host this shit.
Yeah,
like come on.
Like you have no experience. No, you literally have experience of talking for an hour straight on average every single week.
It's just a mess. Just an absolute. I'm an idiot.
I mean, we all tend to forget about our like accomplishments and stuff and stuff like that. But I've been thinking about it, and
yeah,
podcasting actually isn't as easy as it looks.
No,
like, and I think that the most hardship about it lies in the longevity rather than anything else, because eventually, like, you run out of stuff to talk about, and then you have to come up with topics, and like you have to figure out what to talk about every single week. And like when you think about ideas of like short form videos, those can do with some like wacky ideas, like something that you can do for the camera and then edit it out into like 10-minute video and then upload it.
Yeah.
But with a podcast, there's no editing. You have to talk the entire time. Well, unless you said something really stupid, then you have to edit it out.
Yeah, exactly. For reference, for those of you at home who don't know, we don't edit this at all. Like, I mean, we throw in like a bunch of like flashy little thingamajiggers, but we don't. The only time we edit the podcast is when we have a guest. And we say, if there's anything you weren't really vibing with, if there's any topics that kind of like went down a path you weren't really feeling, let us know. We'll cut it out.
And so far, we haven't had to do that yet.
Oh, we did it once. Oh,
yeah.
We
wasn't like in the middle of the conversation. It was
no, it was like starting a topic, and then it was like, well, let's not talk about that. And it's okay.
Thankfully enough, we've been like it is nerve-wracking to film an episode with a person who's like a guest and who's not like not just like your friend who knows you, so you have to maintain a certain level of I would say professionalism, even though I don't think of this show as professional at all.
I mean, you say that, but you hold on, you say that it's not particularly professional, but we're sitting here shooting this on two $600 cameras
that we got for $100 each.
Yes. Fair, but they're still $600 cameras.
I mean,
running audio through expensive microphones into expensive mixers, into free software.
True. Well, for me, it's not really free. It's subscription based, but it doesn't matter.
Oh well, I'm talking about like filming it on OBS, but I guess doing the edits in Premiere and that sort of thing.
We have a certain industry standard going.
Yeah, we have a certain industry standard where we do it. We do it up fancy until we can do it up free. And that's the guarantee.
I have no idea what this is.
I don't know. But when I hear myself say something and I'm like, ooh, that could be a tagline for something, I finish the tagline. That way, if anybody uses it, I can reference this video and go, you stole it from me. You watched the Keepin It ADHD podcast one time and you heard me say a tagline and now I'm going to sue you. No, I'm not going to do that shit.
Oh God, I've been right before we're recording this. I was watching. The reason I asked you before we started recording if you watched the second or third season of All Stars is because I was watching compilations of reactions of people on YouTube to like a specific moment in the season.
Yeah.
So, I would really love to, if you ever find any free time at all.
That's the trick, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a trick, considering that we had recently had to change our podcast schedule because we weren't able to like fit it into our regular routine with everything going on.
We're just so busy.
Yeah, that one thing that I really want to talk to you about at some point is like we should watch. Maybe we should like watch through an episode of Drag Race and then have like a section at certain episodes of our podcast and just talk about it.
I'm down. Yeah.
That would be a good way to fill time. And also, it's like for people who already watched Drag Race, it's going to be like a flashback in time because we're going to be watching season 3 and right now it's not right now. Right now, the latest season is season 5 of All Stars that came out. So we're like 2 seasons behind. So that's gonna be interesting. But
bless.
You know, that would be just an interesting thing to talk about because it's just cool. I like it.
I dig
I'm
it.
like,
Yeah.
I'm like really gay. I really enjoy Drag Race. I really enjoy drag queens.
It's a good show. Drag Race is a really good show.
It is.
I've always enjoyed it.
It is a really good reality show.
Yeah.
Honestly. So I commend people who produce it because there's a lot of twists and turns and everything.
That's true.
And the Untucked as well is also very juicy. Well, I mean, I've watched most of Untucked and up until season 9 of Drag Race.
Mm-hmm.
And after, like, they changed the format in the middle, and it was really weird. It went from like a very cheery, like, ooh, reality TV tea and drama, and then in like season 7 they went in a completely different direction. Like it took a format of like just behind the scenes format. Like they were just filming behind the scenes of the show, and then just a couple moments of them talking, and then literally 10-minute long stretches of filming the queens who were eliminated. And like out of the 20 minutes of the whole episode, the last like 8 to 10 minutes were dedicated to the pair who was leaving that episode.
Interesting.
And it was like, come on, I don't want to watch all that. I just want to watch the tea and drama.
That seems like they were like, we don't have any ideas. We're tapped. So
yeah, it was very bare bones especially after like the first seasons that they did of it. It was like, I get that the old format was becoming like a little bit repetitive, but it still struck as weird because of the way it was filmed. Thankfully, they returned back to the normal. Normal. They kind of mixed the two formats by season 10.
Yeah.
Of Drag Race.
Well, yeah, and they experimented and they went, okay, people didn't like this, so let's merge it so people.
I'm surprised they did it for 2 seasons.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they probably did a batch shoot, because those kinds of shows they like book you out for like a month and you do just a straight hard month, and then you're done. So
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if some of them like were multiple ones running at the same time, honestly. Because in terms of like what RuPaul has to do, it's very little. Yeah. So,
also on season 10 of the regular Drag Race, I found a conspiracy theory. I know that you're not gonna watch the regular Drag Race because it's just a lot, but in the regular Drag Race in season 10, there was like in the middle like a span of 3 episodes where I think RuPaul was just sick, so they had to like. Do very very mild shoots, and there were segments where like you know usually she talks like really animated and like everything, like announcing the new categories and like all the new rules, and then a couple episodes it was literally like, gentlemen, start your engines and may the best woman win. I was just sitting there listening like couldn't they just use like old voiceovers, because that
honestly.
was. Yeah, because I understand, like, you are sick and you can't perform at your normal level, but there's editing involved. Like, couldn't you just, like, use the previous catchphrases and, like, substitute them where you could? Because it sounded so, like, mis-synced between, like, the energies of the rest of the episode, and then RuPaul comes out and it's like, okay, so now the category is... And her eyes were really red. She was like wearing
like me right now.
Sunglasses for like half of the episode sometimes, and it was really weird. I wish they just had like Michelle Visage do it instead of him. It was just And then there was a conspiracy because one of those days in the middle of that period, she wore literally a face mask, like a balaclava, with like dark non-see-through visor and hair over half of her face.
Jeez.
And people were thinking that it was a body double and wasn't actually RuPaul because they had him like
maybe
recover or something.
Maybe it was a body double.
Yeah, it could be, but like it's like an entire conspiracy theory that was going on the internet like back in 2018, 19, whenever that season aired.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty entertaining, but also like, come on, don't overwork yourself just because you're doing something for the media, for the internet, which currently right now, actually, we could take some of that advice.
Take a little bit of it.
10 p.m. for me, almost midnight for you.
Yeah. And for reference, I woke up this morning at like 5:45. I went to bed at 1. Woke up at 5:45 to let Olive out because she was going ham.
Wait, 5:45 a.m. Oh God.
Yes, 5:45 in the morning. I let Olive out, and as I was letting her out, I got a phone call. It's like, hey, yeah, there's a problem.
On Sunday.
We need you to hop online if you could, please. It's like, God damn it. Like, come on. You're just lucky I'm awake. Fine.
So I
get on my computer. Yeah.
Like, I'm not even working and I hate it.
Yeah.
For
it's the worst. It is just terrible. So I hop online and I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, I know exactly what's happening here because it's something that over the last like week and change, it feels like a certain section of my work has become do all the work for offshore because they don't want to do it. It's weird so there's been this like reorganization right. and the offshore manager is now the manager local to me, actually, one of my base managers, and he does not want his team to do extraneous extra work, basically.
So all of the other teams have to pick up the slack?
Well, so here's the thing, right? This extra work, which I totally sympathize with. Nobody wants to work on the weekend, and that's fine. I totally sympathize with that. But the fact of the matter is the work that is extra work falls in the job description of that team.
Yeah.
Almost 110% it falls in that job description. Maybe not 110%. Let's call it an even 100% falls inside that job description. So anyway, so it's a problem that I insisted on, and I said, look, this is what we need to do. I think we have never seen this problem before, so we'll try it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll find a new solution.
Mm-hmm.
So they implemented it, called me, and of course it doesn't work. But the thing is the change window started 4 hours before they called me. They tried it on one piece of it and went, oh, it didn't work. And so they didn't try. Excuse me. They didn't try it on the rest of it. And then they waited until a half hour till the change window closed to say, hey, could you help? And it's like, now I have to rush to figure out a solution here. I'm not going to rush. So I literally just sent an email. I was like, I don't know how to resolve this. I have sent an email to my contact who works with this kind of stuff, and we'll see what they say. But there is no resolution. Back out the change. This is not resolved. I'm going to bed. Good night.
Corporate America.
So I went to bed at 7, again, got up at 10:30-ish, and then got in the car, and we drove about an hour and change away, like an hour and a half, hour 45, to this place called Cummins Falls State Park. And it is beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. I got a really cool hat there. It says, go outside and do stuff or do things. Excuse me. Yeah. And I love this hat. It's my new favorite hat. I even got a shirt that said it. It's great. I love it. But so it was like a 1.5 mile hike downhill into a gorge. And this gorge has a river ripping through it. And at the head of the river is this colossal waterfall. And it was wonderful. Oh, it was so nice. Just so we took it really slow. We had Olive with us, right? So we were teaching her how to swim too. So we're walking through the river towards the waterfall, and she's like, she's got long legs, right? So she's like up to her, just under her shoulder blades in water, and she's like, no, I don't like it. No. But she's doing her best, and I was really proud of her. Baby. We taught her to swim a little bit. We found like you know how they have those like Michael Phelps pools where it's like it'll shoot a really aggressive jet of water at you, so you can swim against it. So you're swimming laps, but you're staying in one place, basically.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. I just never seen it.
Yeah,
like in real life.
It's kind of cool. Hannah house sat for some people who had one, and I used it, and I was like, whoa, that's cool. But we found like a little section of the river that had a very light but still decent stream of just like a pocket that was deep enough that Olive couldn't stand in it. So I held her, and I held her until she kind of got the rhythm of how to swim. And it was very cute because she went from just like bap, 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 to like boop, 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 boop. It's very sweet.
You really need to watch the podcast for this demonstration, but also this is an explanation of why Rahlyx is so red today.
Yeah, so I put on sunscreen, but we were out there for a lot longer than I thought we were going to be. We got there at about 12-ish, and we left at like 6-ish. So, but yeah, so, you know, we got up to this basin, and it's like this beautiful, like, sheer cliff into pouring water, and then the water hits this like stair steps, and then a big plateau, and then another drop. That drops like 12 feet, I want to say. But you can climb up onto the plateau. Yeah, to you. But you can climb up onto that middle plateau. You could actually climb most of the waterfall if you really wanted to, but it's really fucking dangerous, so you shouldn't. But I watched some people do it, and I was like, what are you doing? But you can climb onto the plateau and then just jump off into the basin. And oh my god, the water was frigid, but man, jumping off a waterfall feels really cool.
No, I know that feeling. When I used to be younger.
When you used to be younger?
When I used to be younger. I'm 24.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're not that old.
When I was like 13 or 12, or like, so 12 years ago, actually. That's actually over a decade ago. That's actually a long time ago. Okay, so when I was like 12 or 13, we used to go every summer to so in Ukraine there's the Crimean Peninsula. I think everybody knows what Crimea is after 2014.
Yeah.
But it's a peninsula right below, like right to the south of Ukraine, that is surrounded by Black Sea. And we used to go there for a resort getaway every summer after school.
Okay.
And it was like a really cheap domestic alternative to going on a holiday, you know?
Right.
And
it's like driving down to Florida.
Yeah, basically for Americans. But yeah, we used to go on hikes in like there's natural mountains and natural canyons and natural rivers in those canyons, and there were like specific spots where you would hike for like 40 minutes up to like a spot, and there would be like a basin of like natural like spring water from the mountains, and you would go up the stream and jump into that basin, and it was so cool.
That's pretty tight.
I'm remembering that. It's like the good years, the years where I didn't have to worry about anything except falling off my bike and scraping my knee.
Yeah,
but that's that's the problems of a 12-year-old.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking of planning a trip for my birthday. That would be the only reasonable thing, kind of trip that you could plan in the current, in these unprecedented times, now more than ever. There's something on my lens. I apologize if you guys see it. I can't fix it right now.
I can't see it at all. So
okay, perfect. But you can go and you can kayak down the rivers in the Grand Canyon.
Oh yeah.
And you can book it out you can do it all in one day if you really wanted to. But these people that I saw do it on TikTok did it over like 3 days. And so I want to take my friends and go kayak down the Grand Canyon, because that sounds fucking awesome.
My dad was obsessed with whitewater rafting. He used to drag us to go whitewater rafting with him wherever we would go, into like vacation spots or anywhere. We would, if there is whitewater rafting near the hotel where we were staying. My dad was going no matter what.
And he picked hotels that were near.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, most of the traveling planning was my mom's job, because she is really good at finding like cheap places to stay and saving money on travel expenses and stuff.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Yeah, so he would wait until my brothers would turn 6 before he'd be like, now you're 6 years old now, come with us, you gotta go have whitewater rafting experience. It was like a tradition in our family to go whitewater rafting with my dad, because
it's a real trial by fire.
Yeah, basically.
Like, here's the deal, if you can't survive your first whitewater rafting trip, then
you deserve to be my son.
Like, really? Oh, the last.
Yeah. He just loves water and loves the sea, so I guess that's just how he is.
I do also love the sea.
Yeah, but also like I just said that my mom is like really good at managing travel expenses and stuff. She actually used to be a tour guide, or like she was
travel agent
or like travel planner, but not necessarily working with a company. She like literally started her own blog, and people would be like, "Hey, can you help me put together a trip?" And then would pay her like percentage of it.
That's pretty sweet.
That was pretty sweet, yeah.
Yeah.
She had a few business adventures in her life too.
Yeah.
She's also apparently graduating her psychology studies in the Ukrainian university at the same time as I am graduating here.
Yay, mom! Yay, mom!
Yeah. So she's 1968.
So 2 is 70.
53.
42.
53.
50.
She just turned 53 in February. So
yes.
Yeah, she just finished her studies for another Bachelor of Science in Psychology, I think.
Good for her.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So she is a psychology counselor now too.
That's really cool.
So she's psychologizing all of us now.
Psychologizing. Alas, I love that.
Yeah, but you know, it's really cool. What was another thing that I wanted to talk about today? We were talking right before we started recording about how like we don't have a lot of time anymore, and we don't like we're just like really busy, and I'm just busy with my graduation. I wanted to really quickly say that my graduation stuff is going well. I finally,
hell yeah,
on the second week of the quarter, figured out all of the classes that I need to be in, because some professors were refusing to respond to me.
That's good.
Like literally.
Love that for you.
Which was like literally the first time that this happened of all of my 5 years being here.
Yeah.
And it had to happen on the year where I'm supposed to be graduating.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, that's that's just how it be.
It's this one last class that I have to be in to graduate. That's the time when I need to get a professor who doesn't fucking listen. You know?
No, I feel that. I absolutely feel that. It's always going to be like right when it matters most that you're going to hit something that you've just not hit before, and it's like, why is this? I've been in college for many years now, and why is this only just happening to me?
I already know this fucking twisted inside out system from A to Z, from being here 5 years and trying to figure out how to just function. I finally have it all figured out. I'm about to graduate in 2 months, which means that all of that knowledge is going to become useless literally in 2 months. And now I'm encountering a problem that I haven't had before. You know?
It's great.
That's just how it goes, apparently.
That's how we balance life, you know?
Yeah.
It's just how we do.
It just happens.
Life is But
that's one of the reasons why we moved our schedules of posting the podcast on Mondays, which you will be able to see because this is the first episode that goes up on Monday instead of Friday. Yeah. So we're going to be doing Mondays going forward, because weekends
just works out better.
Yeah.
It gives us a whole week to try and to plan it out, and it's kind of like, well, but you have a whole week, Thursday to Thursday. It's like, yes, we have a whole week Thursday to Thursday, but we do it Thursday night. We put it out Friday morning. We spend the whole weekend going, well, that was easy.
We
then,
spend our weekends the way that they're supposed to be spent for us, which is rest, because all of the rest of our week is just insane amounts of work.
Yeah, it's a lot. So,
but also like we try to post like as current as possible of the episodes. Like we try not to miss stuff.
Yeah,
we try not to be late on stuff.
Oh God, real quick. Sorry, hold on. Well, no, never mind. There was some stuff that happened this week. Never mind.
What?
Duke of England died.
Oh yeah.
I was about to say, wow, it's finally a week where it's like there's no current events that we need to be caught up on. No, yeah, Prince Philip died and DMX died, and it's like, damn, man.
In one day.
That's just,
you know.
And I cut off all my hair, so, you know.
Don't cut your hair anymore. Somebody else is gonna die.
Okay, so oh God, it's so fucking dark. I was feeling really weird when I cut my hair, because I was like, my hair's been long for a while, like not long, but long, you know. But I feel like my hair looked like shit for like the last 3 months, and nobody said anything.
No, okay, listen here. Tell your anxiety to go fuck off for a second.
Because here's the thing. No, because I looked at a picture of myself and I was like, what? Like, Hannah took a picture of me, and I looked at it and I was like, is this what my hair looks like to other people? And Hannah was like, I mean, it's fine. And I looked and I was like, it's shit. It's awful. I look like some fucking, somebody took some straw, some fresh hay, and they stuck it in a like a scarecrow, but the scarecrow is one of those scarecrows from like a haunted movie, right? So there's a little bit of blood in the scarecrow. You're like, why is there blood in the scarecrow? Ooh. And then they put it on my head because there was still weird pink lines in my hair.
Where the fuck is this analogy going?
That's where it's going. That's it.
The scarecrow covered in blood?
Yes, like in a scary movie. You know, they put the body in the scarecrow and nobody realizes until somebody reached in to get some hay out so they could put it in their hair so they could look like a fucking idiot like me.
My God. Now I'm thinking of scarecrows that just like ingest crows. And then just like there's just remnants
like a
of
crow
crows.
like settles on the scarecrow's arm, and scarecrow's like, but then the crow settles, and it's like,
yep,
it just like Kirby's it up. It's like Kirby. It's just like,
yep,
delicious. Crow. It's like no.
Scooby Dooby Doo, you're a scarecrow.
While we're talking about birds, remember, bird watching goes both ways.
Birds aren't real.
Birds work for the bourgeoisie.
Nice shirt. Let
me tell you, this shirt is falling apart. Just like the whole birds aren't real movement.
Oh my God.
I cackle. I cackle when I think about the birds aren't real thing, because there was that one time a while back ago, I was doing the PUBG randoms. With Kate, we're doing like the squads, and I went on this bit with this guy because I was just trying to make him feel weird about me as a human, as I do. But I went on this whole tangent that was talking about how birds aren't real, and like you know how I can riff on stuff. But someone in Kate's chat was like, this random really thinks he's onto something. He thinks he's either real funny or real dumb. and I just like, I saw that in chat and I just like added them. I'm like, it's me and it's a bit. Please be nice.
Oh no.
It's like that's how you know you've like immersed yourself in the meme a little too much, because it's like because people aren't sure.
Yeah, where people start questioning your sanity.
Oh no, maybe I should chill on the goofs on the birds aren't real thing, because God bless.
People are starting to actually think that you believe it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, no, I really love the idea of the phrase that bird watching goes both ways. I mean, the shirt has a bird with binoculars on it looking at you.
And it has arms of all things.
It has anthropomorphic arms. Like, it's such a great, weird shirt.
It is a weird shirt.
I love it so much.
Yeah, it is a really good shirt. I also have like a couple shirts that are like really old that I'm just refusing to get rid of because they're cool.
Yeah. Here's the sad thing. This shirt isn't old. I've had it for a year, and it's falling apart.
Aww.
Shouts out to Gildan for buying comfort colors and turning it into a shitty Gildan brand. 10 out of 10. This message paid for by the
on
Bella.
This podcast, we shit on brands that we don't like.
Listen, this podcast is paid for by Bella shirts, all right? Bella shirts are what I make burp shirts on. And let me tell you, Scarfee's wearing one right now. Tell me how comfy that shirt is right now.
It is really comfy. It comes back in the rotation of my laundry all the time, and I am genuinely trying to order more because they're so comfortable. But also, it's like a gag because for the past however many, like 4 episodes, I'm wearing the same shirt.
Yeah.
Just because I've been putting it in laundry, and then I like the laundry cycle goes, and every time we like a recording day comes, and it just comes up in my laundry cycle like it's like an omen of like, this is the podcast day.
I love that.
And like every single time I'm wearing the same shirt and the same hat. I wonder if people are just thinking that I'm just like some kind of
this is just one big
kind of
batch
asshole
recording.
No, it's
I've
just
been
wearing
one
the shirt
big,
for 6 weeks.
One huge batch recording. It's just like
God.
a total mess.
Yeah, and it's only you who got a haircut, changed the wardrobe for the 6th episode, but it's all the same day, the same recording.
Honestly, I love this concept. I love this concept. I'm really into it.
Oh God. Imagine me just recording like a long video of me just like saying and then like a section of me talking and then just saying yes and then you just record your own to that, like you record a podcast, but instead of me you just play a video of me already pre-recorded.
God, I wish I could be even remotely that talented to one, have the attention span to watch the video of just your responses for the first part.
Yeah.
But 2, to then remember exactly where you're responding how, and then craft my stories perfectly to mesh perfectly into there. You know
and
what I mean?
fit into the time slots allotted between the quips and stuff. That's one thing that I've always wondered about, how people film those, like talking to my 20-year-old self or whatever. You know, those on YouTube videos that when they just have like a pre-filmed thing and then they talk to themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they basically just do it how you said. God, there's a.
I mean, yeah, they are. And what I'm saying is that I don't necessarily know how they do it so eloquently. Uh-oh. There's something in the room that Rahlyx needs to kill. What was it?
Problem solved.
What was it? What was it?
So we've had our back patio door open a lot lately because we've been working on improving our back porch. And so we have a lot of Mosquito Hawks that have gotten in, which if you don't know what a Mosquito Hawk is, it's like it's a bug that looks like basically just a mosquito that was stretched really big.
Oh, like mosquitoes with like giant legs.
Yeah, exactly. But all they do is eat mosquitoes. They're not bad bugs. They're just annoying because they're dumb and they kind of like kick around everywhere. Yeah,
anyway,
so I just beat the shit out of one with a magnet mat. I just whacked him out of the air. So
they don't bite humans, do they?
No, they literally exist to eat mosquitoes. So I don't have any beef with them, but I don't like when they're like kicking around in my face. So I didn't smash him against the wall or anything. I literally just bopped him with this out of the air, and he fell that direction, and he'll be fine in like 5 minutes. So.
So all of you Mosquito Hawk activists, you can chill out.
Exactly. Everybody chill the fuck out. All right.
It just sounded like you were addressing someone in the room who would be like really like it would be really, how fucking dare you kill a bug?
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, better safe than sorry. You know?
Yeah, better safe than sorry. I was gonna say that.
Sorry.
What was I gonna say? I don't remember. Welcome to Keepin It ADHD podcast. Oh, speaking of like YouTube videos of like
you were talking about
people
like,
talking to themselves. I recently was perusing TikTok, and I came across an account who was posting like clips from podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically the way that we set out to do the TikTok at first, and then we never did it. But
we have a TikTok?
What?
I forgot we had a TikTok.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I also kind of went into our link tree and I kind of removed the TikTok link from the link tree just because I realized that we never post there. So like, why would we link to it?
There's just no time. We need, if we were gonna do that, we just need like a social media intern basically that can edit TikToks. Because I don't have the time to go through and scrape for content, and neither do you. So it's just like, well.
I am my hands are already full enough as is editing the podcast itself, so
yeah, exactly.
I don't really have the time to go through all of the length of the entire 1 hour podcast and then trying to pick out a moment, but it just happens sometimes, and
it's just how it be.
But
anyway, so
the point is, I was looking at that account, and it's called Ladies and Tangents, and I bet like some of you probably already saw their account on like your For You page or whatever at some point, because their account is pretty big and they got some big following on there.
I haven't seen it yet.
And I through their TikTok I found their podcast, and their podcast is actually insanely similar to ours. Like it is so close in like the vibe and the like the overall aesthetic, and with their like content, the way that they discuss things, and the stuff that they discuss, and the points of views that they have are actually very similar to ours. And I listened to like 2 or 3 episodes yesterday of it, and it was actually really good. So if you are looking for more podcasts like ours to watch, Ladies and Tangents on YouTube, on Spotify, on TikTok, wherever you want to follow them, you'll probably find them. They're really good podcasts, and I really enjoy them. And I actually already kind of, like, as I was listening, kind of assigned who of us is who.
Oh, yeah?
In there, because one of them talks exactly like me, and one of them talks exactly like you. And the dynamic is also like kind of very similar, because I talk more than you do most of the time.
Yeah. Well, I think we have good trade-offs. I definitely have my moments where I go way too long though.
Yeah, it's like you tend to like rant, to go like on emotional rants, and I just go on rants in general, like about topics that I like enjoy talking about. I just talk a lot. So I'm kind of the chatterbox of the two, but which is surprising because in real life I'm not.
Yeah.
Like when I'm talking to people in like a regular social setting, I'm usually the quieter one. I don't interject myself into conversation as much.
For me, it depends. If it's something like TwitchCon, I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna be real social, because why not? But like sometimes I really am just like, I have no desire to talk to anybody right now. Thank you. I will be here. If you would like to say words to me, I am receptive to the words that you want to say, but I am not going to instigate anything. And it's weird.
I'm not going to go any further in a conversation. I'm not going to propel it forward. I'm just going to keep it going, but I'm not going to propel it forward. I'll leave that job to you.
Exactly. It's kind of weird. I feel like, especially in the last year, I find myself wanting to text my friends, but I don't want to bug them with just like random bullshit, right? And 2, I'm like, I don't even know what to talk about. Like, what would I say? I want to text you. I want to say hello. I want to ask about your day. But, you get those texts that's like, hey, how are you? Fuck off. Fuck off with the, hey, how are you? You know how I am. Everybody is shitty right now. All right?
I didn't know where you were going with it at first, and then I realized.
It's just one of those things where it's like, I feel like, not necessarily, if somebody texts me, hey, how are you? I'm like, wow, thank you. Hi, I'm great. How are you? But like, if I text somebody, hey, how are you? I feel like they're like, what the fuck? What is this? What is this fucking nerd? What does he want?
What do you want from me?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm sorry I bothered you.
That once again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's anxiety. I know. I get it, dog. I get
it. That's also yet another thing that that podcast that I was just talking about. They talk about it a lot. Like literally, one of the episodes that I listened to, one of their latest ones. One of them I think is psychology or psychiatry student.
Mm-hmm.
Like about like close to like either third or fourth year, close to graduation or something.
Right.
And they literally bring like a textbook with like DSM descriptions of like mental illness stuff and everything, and like mental disorders and behaviors, and it's just like a whole psychology textbook basically, and they take like a definition and they read it out, and then they give you like personal experiences and anecdotes about it.
That's cool. I like that.
It is a really interesting format.
Yeah,
and
I like
it's also really similar because I'm usually the one who points out the behaviors, and then we do the like the anecdotal stuff, and it's just like I'm so happy to see that there's something similar on the internet as well to ours. That
absolutely, that's really
just feels validating because it's validating in a way that we're not the only quote unquote weirdos that are doing this.
Yeah.
Like, we're not the only people who just started a podcast in the quarantine just because.
Yeah.
And even though we rarely have a lot of new stuff to talk about just because, hello, quarantine, nothing really is happening except everything else that everybody already knows about anyway.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of a weird dynamic. Also, for everybody who's watching, I'm sorry if I'm doing like weird mouth or jaw motions because this entire time there's something stuck in my teeth and I can't get it out.
well let's make it easy on you because I am circling the drain. I'm exhausted. It is 12:10 for me right now. So let's hit those Inspira bots. I'm gonna go to bed. You can deal with whatever's stuck in your teeth, and the great listeners can continue on their Monday, having known that they just spent 45 minutes listening to us blather.
Listening to us talking, but while being really tired, so we don't really know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
we talked for 45 minutes, so I think there should be something in there that you might enjoy.
Yeah, probably. Bless. Okay, so I already have my Inspira actually.
Me too.
It's a dude.
So prepared.
Yeah, right. It's a dude on a BMX bike, and he's doing a sick jump. Like he's not on the bike at all. He's got his hands on the handlebars, but his body is not on the bike.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like cut off at his chest, so you just see his arms and his lower half in the bike. And in cursive underneath him, it says, "Risk taking is dumb."
Oh God, that's such a blunt way to put like a very general life advice.
Yeah, right. It's like, yeah, that's kind of dumb.
Risk taking is dumb.
DUMM. Dumb.
Dumb. Okay, my Inspira is it's kind of astrophotography where the backdrop is all night starry sky, and there's a horizon. And then the silhouettes of two people standing, a man and a woman holding hands, like silhouetted against the background of the stars. They're like really small on the bottom of the screen. And the text on the top says, "You have always been a devil."
All right. Well, there you have it.
And in the context of this picture, I'm just imagining them standing, holding hands, looking at each other into the starry sky, and one of them says to the other, "You have always been a devil."
Oh, bless. Well, on that note, yeah. Go for it.
We will see you guys next week, Monday.
We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a good week. Don't be dumb.
Have a good week.
See you guys on Twitch.
See you
Bye.
guys later.
Don't take risks. Bye. Or do take risks. Who knows? Do what you want to do.
Just remember that it's dumb.
It can be. Yeah. All right. Bye.